Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. So we're going to go ahead and begin getting our cabinet for our granite surface plate picked up. We need to get it picked up and set down, get it right side up. Whenever Starrett ships these cabinets, they ship it just like you see right there, flipped upside down onto the crate there of the granite. So that's the first step of the process. I've got my two fabricated D-rings bolted to two of the legs there, using my double hook there, and hopefully that should pick it up just fine. Get it lifted up, and over there behind it, I've actually got the cardboard on the floor there on the concrete. That was the cardboard that was wrapped around the stand, and that should help cushion it whenever we go to set it down. Try to eliminate any scratches in the nice paint job there. I've also got a couple of inexpensive furniture blankets that we can use there as well while we're getting it moved around, get it picked up and set down. So hopefully that's all going to work out pretty good, and we won't know until we get in there and just start working with it and start moving it around. So hopefully everything will go okay. So let's get started on it. I ended up having to stretch the chains through the D-rings and come back up and hook the ring here because the chains were too long. I didn't have enough height there to be able to just hook it and pick it up. So that's why it's spread the way you see it. That's just the plastic and the cardboard there that you hear. All right, it's starting to get to that balance point. And there it is, it's coming off the granite now. The stand really isn't all that heavy. I'd guess it's somewhere between 600 to 800 pounds maybe at the most. My plan was to just bring it back here and see if we can set it down. And I'll see if I can use my my strength to kind of tip it up on the side as we lower it down to the floor. All right, first part done. That went pretty uneventful. Kind of coming up with my next game plan on getting it set down. I think what we can do is go ahead and stretch out our chains now to where they're just the hook is hooked to the D-ring. And I will get some tension on it and stand on the back side, which is the top side, and push it over this way till the chains catch it, and then just simply lower it down. Just lower it right on down onto the bolt or the D-ring there, and then once it's all the way down the concrete, we can simply just pick the thing up however we need to and then be able to unbolt the D-ring. So that's kind of my plan of attack. We'll just move it back here out of the way, and I think that should give us enough room to work with the cabinet now. We'll give this a shot and see if this will work. These are my dad's chains here. I don't know how long he used them before I came around and started using them in '97, but these chains have picked up literally thousands of jobs. We had a hand trolley jib crane like this here in the front of the shop, and it's what was used to pick up all the jobs and work pieces off of trucks and trailers. I think we might have just enough. Yeah, we still got a good foot of travel up top there. Weights on that side now. Just trying to keep from scratching up my cabinet there with the chains. Let's see if I can unhook it. Yep. I think that went a little better than we hoped for, actually. All right, I'm gonna give this a little bit of thought and see the best approach to this. We basically just need to go ahead and swap these around and get the granite over here so that we can get it uncrated right here. And then once it's uncrated, we should be able to hook a strap to it and then lift it up and set it on the top of the stand there. Maybe y'all want to see the plastic come off. Some people think that's that satisfying. All right, so my next plan of the attack here, I've got this, this is a big strap that we're just straddled directly in the center of it. I've got it balanced. This is a block of wood with this plastic wrap wrapped around it to protect the finish, to keep the strap off of the handle there that opens the cabinet, as well as the two knobs there. So I'm gonna pick this up. We're gonna set it over there out of the way. That way it's in the reach of the crane. And that way I can bring the granite plate into this same area that the stand's at now. You can see it's pretty well balanced. That's a 4-inch wide strap. I'll set it down over here, and then I'll get some blocks so that I can properly block it up, and so I can get those D-rings off of it. Or we may do that later. I just need to get it moved for now. All right, so my plan here, just to go ahead and get the D-rings off, is we simply move the strap down to the end of the cabinet. We'll lift one end at a time. I'll set it down on my big toe jack here, piece of cardboard, so it doesn't scratch the paint all up. Take the, unbolt the D-ring there. I think for moving purposes too, with using the floor jack, I'll probably go ahead and take all 4 of the leveling bolts out, because I think we're going to have to end up putting some 2-bys under the floor jack anyway to be able to pick it up when we want to kind of move it around. We've got the forklift that we can use as well, but just for moving it around this area, the floor jack is going to be the easiest solution. So we'll go ahead and take these out. That's working out pretty good. Slow and controlled and trying to take care. That's why I like doing things like this myself, is that I don't have anybody around trying to tell me how it needs to be done or what they would do or do this, do that, and then things get damaged and scratched. Just doing it the way that I think it should be done and trying to take care of my investment. The toe jack is just to serve as like the same thing as a jack stand would be for a car, just to provide a solid surface for it to sit on. And if any of you guys are wondering why I use these knee boards, is because I'm a big guy, I'm overweight. It hurts to sit on my knees now, but my right knee, it actually hurts to put my weight on my right kneecap. So this cushion really helps. My friend Kevin Pangle gave me this years ago, and I use it all the time. It was funny, whenever we were moving one of the machines, I think it was the Miltronics mill or the lathe, I can't remember. I had pulled this out because I was helping him, and one of the guys, I could tell he was trying to make fun of me. Oh, you got one of them fancy knee pads. I said, yeah, I don't like bending down there and putting all my weight on my knees. I told him, I said, you could do the same thing. All you do is just get you a knee board. All right, this is working out pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna start figuring out the next phase of the attack here, and I'll bring you guys back. All right, so the next phase, we're gonna start getting the crate out from around the granite, and I think I'm just gonna do this off camera. You guys have seen me do several uncrating jobs. It's just a nail puller or a pry bar and a hammer. Take a nail puller and stick it into there, hit it with a hammer so that you can pry the boards off. Nothing special about it. but obviously we want to be very careful because we don't want to hit our granite whatsoever. So I'll just do that off camera, get the boards out of the way, bring you guys back whenever we start unwrapping it so that you can see the granite. Okay, I lied. I'll show you one. I just want you to see how easy it is, the boards to come off here. I believe that's pine wood that they used. Pretty simple. Looks like we got us some good burning wood there. How about we do that one more time? It's actually coming apart a lot easier than I expected there. They have this outer frame just setting on the boards on the bottom. So I think we're almost there to reveal it. All right, let me get rid of these boards and get them out of our way, and then we'll get it unwrapped. Okay, let's give it our first look. Oh, look at that. Ooh, look at that. Nice. Man, that is nice. We have our certificate of accuracy here in the center. I was looking for the grade. I wanted to see what they had lapped it to. So it's a grade A. And we can get into this later. That is beautiful. I can see one of my inserts here and here. These were put in where I specified. You have a ledge. We'll have a ledge on both sides. I'm gonna have to do some thinking on picking it up because I may not have a strap big enough to be able to loop around the ledge to pick it up. I may have to see if somebody's got one I can borrow. So exciting to finally see it. That is their Superior Red granite. That is their new grade of granite that they are now using for the, that's replacing the pink granite. Silky smooth. Awesome. All right, so like I said, I got to figure out the strap situation, so I'm going to work on that. We'll bring you guys back. All right, we're just about ready to get our granite set up on the cabinet here. I just want to give this top a little cleaning. I was able to borrow a 20-foot endless strap from a friend. You know who you are. Thank you very much. I think it's going to work out perfect to lift our granite up onto the cabinet. So I've got the strap looped around both of the ledges there, and we'll get it hooked in, get it taut. I've already kind of set it up to see if it will work. I think it's going to work just fine. So we'll get it hooked back up here and see if we can safely and successfully get this granite picked up and set on our cabinet. It's just a matter of getting the strap centered on the load here so that it doesn't pick it up at an angle or anything like that. Just want to get it up close, and then we'll check all of our corners again and make sure that the strap is not trying to roll off the edge. Right about there. That's looking good there too. And that's on that corner there as well. A bit more tension on this and make sure we're there. All right, it's just starting to pick up the granite, so we're just about there. Before we begin the lift, I just wanted to show you a little close-up of this. So this is just a protective cover over the strap that's on the inside. So if you look at these corners, it might look like it's trying to roll off, but that's really just the cover sticking over the edge. I can feel the strap inside there and pulled around the bottom corner of the ledge there. And it looks that way on all the corners. See, that's just the cover overhanging. It's tight. That corner looks good. See, there's the cover. That one looks good too. So we should have a good hold of it. My plan is to hopefully easily just pick it up, and we'll go straight over to the cabinet and set it down. So it looks like the granite plate should be setting on 3 points, and it looks like you've got this board right here is where it's setting on that point there, and then that board here as well. So the 3 places are under that, and that's where they finish these things when they lap them in. Okay, let's begin our lift. I'm gonna start getting the weight off of it, or picking it up so that I can tell if it's, gonna be lifting crooked or sideways. I think we're gonna be good enough to just go with it right there. It is trying to roll out to the end of the beam, but I'm just gonna push against it here. Okay, sorry if I blocked the camera there. Just trying to get in the best position to move it. I'll have to, it's not centered on the cabinet there, so I got to just take some measurements here and just try to get it even all the way around. But we've got it there. Our lift went well, and it's looking good. All right, now I'm going to try to position a little bit better. So the ends of it right here should be about flush with the cabinet. On each side where the ledge is, it should be approximately 2 inches, because I've got about 4 inches on the back side right here. That's measuring about 3 3/4. Yeah, so they've got 2 inches all the way around. So if I can get it, if I can try to get it squared up, that's the goal right here. So let's see what we can do. All right, guys, I think we're gonna set it down, and it's gonna live right there where we set it down, hopefully. If it doesn't move as I lower it. Now that rocking that you see, that's just because of the stand sitting on the 4 legs, so it's only sitting on 3 because of unevenness in the concrete, and I don't know how accurate they make the length of those legs, but that's all gonna be corrected. All right. I would call that a touchdown. All right. Maybe that's not touchdown. Maybe that's, isn't that field goal? I don't know. I'd have to confirm that with Abby, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and, before I lower the straps down, I'm gonna go ahead and just double check our corners. Let's see. So that's about 2 1/16 on this corner, 2 1/16 on that corner. So that's pretty straight with the side. This side is 1 15/16. Let's see if this one's 1 15. 1 15. So we got it pretty square enough using a rule. I think we're good to go now. Let's go ahead and lift the plastic and get a little better look at this granite now. I'm going to save this for the time being because I still need to get an actual cover for it. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. It certainly looks nice and square. Absolutely love it. This is going to be such a nice tool to have. Our certificate of accuracy. Flatness is 1/10. It's talking about the conditions when it was inspected, 69 degrees Fahrenheit at 30% humidity. It's got the next due dates for the calibration. We'll make sure we get this filed away and take care of that. There she is, man. So happy to finally see it in here. We've got our cabinet down here that we can use to, well, it was already open. So we can use this area here to store tooling. We could put some of our, larger measuring tools down here, like some, bigger cases that have micrometers and things like that down inside the cabinet. I'm really impressed with the fab quality of the cabinet there, especially the finish that they put on it. Just looks beautiful. Alrighty, well, what I would consider what I was kind of stressed out about, getting it set up, getting the cabinet and the granite set up, is now done. I should be able to pretty easily move this around with a pallet jack or the forklift there. But our next job is to get this stuff cleaned up, get the skid and everything out of here. And I want to go from here into the office right there. So that's going to be the next phase of the install. Okay, so I've got my game plan for getting the granite plate and stand into the office in there. And I'm hoping that having both of the floor jacks is actually going to work to my advantage there. So actually that's a narrow floor jack. This is a standard size, but both floor jacks will actually fit between the legs on the ends. What I'm going to try to do is pick this up with the full-size pallet jack, maybe at an angle, and see if we can kind of get it in at an angle. If that doesn't work, I'll see about if the floor jack will actually pick it up from the end long ways. That way we can stick it in there. The only problem is it's only going to pick it up on one end in the center, so it'll be kind of, balanced on that center point there. So we'll just have to see how that's going to go. But what I was getting at is once we get one end of the stand past this threshold in here, I'm going to pull this pallet jack inside the office in here, and then we should be able to use both pallet jacks to basically roll it back up in here and just kind of maneuver it into position. My biggest worry is actually damaging this floor in here. I hope that doesn't happen, but all them floor manufacturers you see advertise this stuff on TV says they always claim how durable this floor is, right? Well, we're going to find out. I know you can scratch it, but hopefully the wheels won't tear it up. And nothing to do but just to do it. So we're gonna go for it. See if we can make it happen. All right. I will say that I bought this floor jack from Northern Tool, and I didn't do a really good job of inspecting it when I bought it. I just grabbed one that they had and rolled it out and brought it to the shop. It doesn't lift square. It's not nice and level. This side is higher than the other end, and I didn't notice that whenever I first bought it. So something to be aware of if you're out shopping for a floor jack. All right, I think that's it on our height. Just trying to get it shimmied around here in line with the door now. But and one of the things I was going to point out, this stupid Strongway pallet jack, it just seems like it's screwing up more and more the more that I use it. And I don't know what's going on with it, but it's definitely not picking things up square anymore. And now it won't actually, when I lower it down, I can't get the pallet jack to retract all the way down. I can't get the cylinder to retract all the way in. It has been very temperamental since the day I brought it home, so it may just be a bad unit. I think what I might want to try though is I'm going to see if this thing will pick it up from the end. May have to just counterbalance it on the end that we pick up and see if I can get those first two legs through the doorway, and then I can grab it with the other pallet jack. Yeah, it's not lifting things level anymore. All right, so here's my next idea. We'll see if it'll work. We may need to just find some weight to put on this side because we're going to be equally balanced, but we'll see what it does. Is it going to pick it up? I don't think it is. It's not really lifting on that side over there. It's lifting uneven. Pallet jack is one of my problems. It is just not working. All right, push comes to shove, we can use the forklift. I'm gonna see if we're gonna pick this side up with the narrow pallet jack. All right, that's as high as that one will go. If we can get it a little bit further that way. We've got it past the threshold. Come on. You really got to feather that control on that thing. I don't know. Let's see if I can get it one more bite on it. Maybe too far on the end of that thing. That is crazy. This thing is just not wanting to lower down anymore. It looks like the housing, I ain't kidding you, it looks like the housing of this thing is bent. Why would it bend? It's got a 5,500 pound capacity and we're picking up, what, 3,400, 3,500 pounds? I guess that's why it's not working anymore. All right, look at this right here. This is warped. I can see that's warped there too, but look at that tube going across there. It's shaped like a banana now. Look at this. Man. I would stay away from this brand of pallet jack right there, purchased from Northern Tool. I'm hoping maybe I can get one more shot out of it here and get it past this threshold. All right, that's what I needed right there. I think we can grab it now with our other pallet jack and position it where we want it. I think we might have just enough extension on our pallet jack to use this narrow one here. Well, let's see if it'll do the job. I think this one was, I thought it was also rated for like 5,000 pounds. Yep, same thing. 5,500 pounds is what this one's rated for. So let's see if we can move it with just this one right here. The little global floor jack is getting it done. All right, so from here, what I'm gonna have to do is kind of get it positioned how I want it. I'm gonna go further back that way. I just kind of want it in the center of the room. It's gonna be between these can lights up here, because I'm gonna have my electrician, he's actually gonna come in and put me some extra lights right through here. So I want it like right dead in the middle of these lights right here. So I'll work on getting it centered up, but the hardest part is behind us now, and I can use our toe jack there to be able to lift it up so that we can get our bolts in there. All right, that's 75 inches. That's 75 inches, within 1/8 of an inch. Rough measurements. And 75 inches. I kind of like it where it's at. A little bit further that way, but I think that's going to work. That way I got a little bit more room on this side right here, but it's 56. Yeah, and 69. So it is a little different, but I think it's going to be good right there where it's at. It's in the center of the lights. It's in the center of the room. So I think we're going to leave it right there. I've got the Timco toe jacks on each side there. I'm just going to lift each side up at a time, get it kind of blocked up. Now we'll have to go to the other side and do the same thing. That's why I got some of these little 2x cut. Just got to get high enough that we can stick the bolt in there. In fact, we'll grab all 4 of them. You can see we're almost there. We just need to go up one more board, and it will clear so we can get these screwed in. All right, we're going to get these bolts screwed in on this side. All right, you guys remember our leveling pads that we machined? This is where they're going to live, right here. Got a coating of SP350 on there to help prevent them from flash rusting. Once we get all 4 of them on here, then we'll have to level it out. Kind of a rough measurement what I got this other side at. Somewhere right about there. This floor is absolutely not level at all, not flat. We've got 2 Starrett number 96 machinist levels here. We'll be using this to get it rough leveled in. It's nowhere near level right now. There's the other one. But we will be using these to just kind of get them, get our plate rough leveled for now. and then we'll come back and do some more rough leveling because I don't even have it on the bolts over there, but I did want to see, you know, about where we're going to be sitting as we get it down onto the leveling bolts. Went down there and checked the level where I had set it, and it's almost perfect right where it's at. So I'm going to go up a little bit. Like I said, we're rough leveling it. We'll get serious about it here in a little while. All right, we're looking good. We're just down to our final adjustments now, so I've got a couple of wrenches, and we're still set up here with our machinist levels. So it's actually pretty darn close. A little bit high on this side, a little bit high on that end of the plate. So I'm going to make some fine tweaks here, and we're going to get it really, really close with our machinist levels here. But once we get it leveled out with these as close as we can, I want to let the thing sit here and just kind of settle in, since it's been sitting on that pallet for a while and we've moved it around. And I want to come back with our master precision level and do our final leveling on this thing, and hopefully we'll get this thing just absolutely spot on in both directions there. So we'll go ahead and do our tweaks here now and try to get it leveled in a little bit closer. All right, this side being high. Yep, going the wrong way. What's up, man? Over here trying to level my granite plate. Okay, cool. Okay, well I'll certainly take a look at it and see what you got. All right, let me finish up what I'm doing here, and I'll walk over there in a bit and check it out. All right, man. Bye. Joe calling me saying he's got something for me to look at. I'll hit up the other side and see where we're at. Give you guys a shot of the levels there while I work this end. Pretty close right there, so that's looking pretty good. And what I'll do now that you've seen that, I'm gonna just kind of tweak both ends again using those machinist levels and just try to get as close as I can with those. And then we're gonna be pretty darn close, right where it sits. All right, guys, well, I've got it where I'm happy with it right now using our machinist levels. I've got it, I won't say it's perfect, but it's very close using the two machinist levels. Now, when I pulled these guys out of the box, I didn't show you the trick on how you check the level, where you set it down, read it, you flip it exactly 180 degrees, and then you read it again. If it's different, that's when you calibrate it. You use this screw here, or you loosen the screw and you adjust on that side. I didn't get into that, but we can certainly revisit that later. Once we have our granite set up and level, we can come in here and actually inspect all of our precision levels to see if they're calibrated the way it should be. But I did check them off camera. They are very close, very spot on, right from the factory, okay? So they should be good to go. So we've got it where we want it for now, and we're gonna let it sit here and settle in. I'm gonna keep the AC running, and I'm just, you know, it's been sitting on that pallet for a pretty good while now, so I want the thing to kind of normalize in the position in which that it was lapped and inspected. So I feel good about that right now. And man, it's just, this is a beautiful granite plate, a beautiful stand. I love the way it looks. I like the way that our leveling pads turned out there. They look really good. And what more can I say? The True Stone division just does a great job at their granite, and I'm sure that this is going to be an excellent granite plate that's going to serve me the rest of my career of me doing this. So I plan on having this here until I'm gone. I'm happy with it in the office here. It's working out good. Now, as I mentioned, we're still going to have our electrician come in. I want some lights right here in the middle, some brighter LEDs that's going to light this up better. We just haven't got to that yet. I got to get with the electrician and find out when they're going to be able to get me on the schedule to add our lights, because I'm going to have them add some lights here and also on this side, because I still would like to put some kind of workbench along this side of the office here to have a place to work, not just on the granite plate, but have a workbench here and have some more lights here, have some lights there, do something with all that over there, maybe put a counter on that side there as well. So happy with this. Starrett, you did a great job on the granite. I'm very happy with it. It's beautiful. I love that cabinet. They did a beautiful job on the finish. What more can I say? So I think that's going to be it for this video. As I said, we're going to come back. We're going to revisit the leveling of this. We'll pull out our master precision level, which is the number 199, and we will get this thing as close as we can. And then we can actually get in here and start checking all of our machinist levels there too. That'll be some more stuff that we can share with you guys on how to check those levels and calibrate them if we need to. And we've got a lot of great content that I would like to get to throughout the year using our granite here for our scraping and inspection work. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, watching me struggle trying to get it through the doorway here, but I had a lot of fun getting it set up and getting it in here, and I was glad to share it with you. And big thanks to Starrett for the granite and working with me on this. I'm really going to enjoy having this here in the shop. We'll see you guys later.